Morning, folks. Beautiful day in this neighborhood today. I hope it is in yours too. I'm Mr. Vitale, or Coach Vitale, and today, instead of working on something athletic-wise or activity-based wise, I just want to have a short conversation about something that means a lot to me, and that I use in my life, within my classroom, and definitely out on the baseball field when I'm coaching. I came across this book years ago, and though I'm not a huge Urban Meyer fan, or definitely not an Ohio State fan, this is a terrific book, and there are so many good nuggets in here. And one of those nuggets is a formula that's called E plus R equals O. E plus R equals O. E stands for events, O stands for outcome, and R stands for response. Let's talk about it for just a moment. E, events. Events are anything that happens in your life. Anything is an event. O, outcome. What's the result? That's it. What has occurred, and what is the actual result to that? Then there's R. We say the R factor. And R factor is what you have control over, complete control over. And that's the key. And that is response. Events plus your response equals the outcome. Unfortunately, us humans, many times we're on autopilot though. And when something occurs to us, particularly when it's negative, we immediately have this aggressive driven response to it, which many, many times significantly alters the positive outcome that we really want. From a coaching perspective, if every time something from your athletes affects you and you blow, your R factor is resulting in a potential negative outcome related to your athletes. Especially think of it in a actual competitive situation in a game, and your response to an athlete, instead of getting him to slow or her to slow things down and to maintain control, what does it do to that particular athlete? It just speeds things up, and many times they spiral out of control, and then they're no longer an effective teammate or an effective athlete on your team. Think in relation to your life. For us adults, when we're driving around in cars, if there's lousy traffic, or a person in front of you, you feel maybe veers in and cuts into your lane, what's your R factor? What's your response? Do you blow? Do you use some type of a response back toward that person, verbally or visually? Think about what the outcome could possibly be because of that. Think about as a parent. And one of my favorite things I used to say before my wife and I had kids was we'd go to a restaurant, we'd see kids behaving in a certain way, we'd say, our kids will never act like that. Well, once we had kids, our kids weren't always perfect. What was our R factor as parents? And I could go back to times and say, you know what, I wish I hadn't responded in the way I did, because the outcome wasn't the way I wanted it to be either. We have complete control over our response to things. And in some of my previous videos related to this, I talked about breathing, taking that deep breath in, letting that breath out, and focusing on simply that one thing, your breath, because you have the ability, you have complete control over that. And that gets you out of the autopilot response that many of us are automatically in all the time and allows us to intentionally make a much, much better decision. Okay? E plus R equals O. So take a moment today or in the future from time to time and just think in different situations that occur to you, what is your R factor? Have a great day. We'll talk to you soon.